What's up guys, Lee Martin here. We are looking to get back on track after last week's 2-3 against the spread record. But the good news is that we took our platinum play into the end zone last week and scored when the Indianapolis Colts defeated the Houston Texans 30-23 and kept our best bet record intact at 2-0. Let's not waste time and get right into week 8 with our Fab 5 selections. First on the slate is the New York Giants visiting the Detroit Lions at Ford Field. You might recall last week that New York allowed a backup tailback named Chase Edmonds to run all over them to the tune of 126 yards and 3 touchdowns. But I don't expect the Giants defense to be so forgiving this week, because the Lions won't have their starting running back Kerryon Johnson in uniform after being placed on injured reserve, which means Detroit will have to go with a running back by committee approach. Also, the Lions defense is big time banged up, while the Giants will welcome wide receiver Sterling Shepard back in the mix. All of this adds up to a close game, and that's why I'm grabbing all 7 points and betting the Giants, and you should too. My second pick is a chalky play that screams square. Yes, the Seattle Seahawks laying 3.5 on the road to the Atlanta Falcons will get plenty of action from the masses. But sometimes the public is right, and in this case, they are. Atlanta is 1-6 on the season, and they do one thing well: pass the ball. Matt Ryan owns the second-ranked passing attack in the league, but that number is likely to fall after the Falcons traded his top target, Mohamed Sanu, to the Patriots. The 2019 Seahawks defense won't remind anyone of their Legion of the Boom days, but the Hawks won't win this one on defense. They'll win it off the arm and legs of Russell Wilson, who will tear this Atlanta defense to shreds. The Falcons allow 31.9 points per game, and they won't prevent Wilson from lighting it up on Sunday afternoon in hot Atlanta. Lay it and like it, bet Seattle -3.5. Here we go to our third NFL pick, and I see the Jets getting terrific value after Sam Darnold saw ghosts last week against the Patriots. Darnold is a good quarterback who will definitely look much better than he did last week against New England's boogeyman. The Jags traded away Jalen Ramsey, and their secondary isn't all that intimidating. Jacksonville's quarterback Gardner Minshew isn't all that great, but he escaped being exposed last week against the Bengals because, well, they're the Bengals. I see this game being a grind with the Jaguars giving a heavy workload to Leonard Fournette, but the Jets' run-stop unit is solid, allowing 92 yards per game, and if Darnold can strike through the air, the Jags will have to keep pace on the ground. Sounds like a great scenario for betting the dog here. Take the points and the Jets +6. One more to go before our NFL Platinum pick of the week. Let's turn to that late afternoon game in San Francisco for our 4th pick of the week. Now that the 49ers secured Emmanuel Sanders in a trade with Denver, the betting public is loving the Niners even more. Meanwhile, the Panthers have been flying under the radar after winning 4 straight. This one shapes up as a defensive struggle, but the Panthers are getting too many points here as the odds makers are giving them anywhere between 5.5 to 6 point head start. I believe both offenses will be grounded, but Carolina's Christian McCaffrey is the tiebreaker for me, and he should be able to get inside San Francisco's red zone and help the Panthers keep this one close. Bet the Cats +6 and cash the ticket. And here we are at last, our platinum pick of the week. Guys, we've been knocking these down, and I intend to keep it that way. The LA Chargers tried 3 times to punch it in just inches from the Tennessee goal line, but failed all 3 times and fumbled on the 3rd attempt. That's the memory the public has of the Chargers, but the Bears were a disaster last week against the Saints. Mitchell Trubisky has that deer in the headlights look, and he seems positively lost. But to be fair, he's getting very little protection, and I can see the Chargers teeing off on him all afternoon. This is a great time to fade the Bears against a seasoned veteran like Phillip Rivers, who will shake off the loss from last week and will likely come away victorious this week. But we'll take the points just in case. Bet the Bolts +4 over the Bears. Well, there you have it, boys, my Fab 5 NFL picks for Week 8. And if you wanted to read about these picks in more detail, click the link in the description to check out my Fab 5 write-up on the SBR Picks page. Come on back next week for 5 more fabulous selections. I'm Lee Martin, and may all your wagers be winners.